So now for my normal video, um, I'm gonna just quickly talk about something that I oftentimes don't feel comfortable talking about, and that is what I think about certain elements of Christianity and religion that really bothered me and have bothered me for a long time. First of all, I wanted to mention that in my near death experience, when I reached the what I call the absolute 0 point of the infinite white light, there was no forms, there was no human forms. So I never saw anybody that I could depict as Christ or Jesus. But I knew this light, and I knew this light eternally. It was inherent in my soul memory, um, that this is embedded in me and always has been in that timeless, pure, infinite love and acceptance. What bothers me and what has bothered me is the element of blood sacrifice. Blood sacrifice to me is something we do on a daily basis when we eat animals. If you think about it, we are sacrificing them to consume. So there is an element of religious sacrifice just by eating them alone. Having said that, that doesn't dismiss the absolute sheer brutality of the act and why any deity would find it necessary as an offering. I don't really see much of a difference between sacrificing a sheep, a goat, a cow, or a human like the Mayans did, or like many ancient cultures unfortunately have, and oftentimes children. And the sick brutality of that is just absolutely mind blowing. How an infinite, pure creator, timeless creator, without beginning or end, would require spilled blood, and why people don't find this to be odd and suspicious. And this includes Jesus himself being the supposed ultimate sacrifice. The brutality of that act cannot be minimized. And I understand the idea of him giving himself for humanity. It was a loving act to do so, to put the burden upon himself, to relieve the rest of us. But when we take the notion of drinking blood and eating flesh literally, that idea is very pagan, very cannibalistic, and dark. Even the idea itself of having the Father sacrifice the Son. We have another similar story like that in the beginning of the Bible, as you guys know, with Abraham, who nearly sacrificed his own son before an angel stopped them. So there was a precursor to that event. It bothers me to no end. To me, the flesh and blood are more representative of DNA. Blood, as in our blood was tainted by impure DNA. Perhaps a mixture of sorts from species that shouldn't be combined together. That originated from our origins or what have you, and how humanity degraded over time, as I believe we have. It's a relationship to blood and DNA rather than taking the flesh and drinking the blood as you do in communion, which I have myself have done many times. I find it odd and really bothersome that many Christians don't find this to be beyond strange. Like, how can you not see the pagan elements? And the pagan elements, for example, in Catholicism, worshiping the saints. It's like worshiping the gods, Zeus, Apollo. The saints are the gods. It's as if though the saints replaced the gods. Communion has always bothered me, guys. And I just want to know if anyone at all replies to this, what you think about the blood sacrifice element of the main faith of the world. Has it ever bothered you? Has it ever questioned the idea of drinking blood and eating flesh? Has anything ever seemed off to you about that? Because it does to me. There's got to be a bigger picture here. And by saying this, I'm not discounting Christ. I'm questioning the religious overlays and the mind control of religion and the doctrines thereof. So ask yourself this question, please.